Hey y'all, and welcome back to Leonard Creek Farm. Alrighty guys, hey, how y'all doing? I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Today is just going to be a short little video, just kind of, we're going to hang out. We just got to the farm a little while ago. I've been up at the house visiting with my mother-in-law. And it's a Saturday for us, but it'll be a few days probably before I post this because I've got some other videos in line. So it'll probably be about next week when you all see this. But I just wanted to stop in and say hey and see how y'all are doing. We can have little conversations in the comments if y'all like. But we're just going to hang out. And so right now, what I'm doing, as you can hear, the goats are screaming in the back probably. I'm going to go ahead and feed the goats and get their feed ready. But I figured it'd just be fun to hang out. So y'all leave a comment down below and let me know how your all's day's going. I'm genuinely interested. And I hope that you all are having a wonderful day. So let's just hang out. I'm going to go ahead and get their feed here, and y'all can walk around with me. Them up. Y'all can probably hear Andy in the background. If you all have livestock, how well did your livestock produce this year? We had plenty of chickens. We've got over 100 chickens probably on the farm right now. My big stocks, we had 2 hens hatch off. One hatched off 5 chicks. The other hatched off 7 chicks. And quite a few of those have been snatched up by hawks or passed away. One of them I found in the water a few days ago. So we're down to just a few, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes losses happen. But I've still got, I counted them the other day, and I thought it was 21, and then I recounted them yesterday, and I think it's 22. I can't all, where they're free range, I can't all catch them at the same time somewhere. But I believe I have 22 big stock chickens, majority of which are babies. They're not laying quite yet. Most of them, though we got lucky, out of the chicks that had survived, it seems like most of them are hens. And so that's wonderful. And then I bought 4 Australorp hens. The goats, on the other hand, for those of you that know and have been following for some time, we've had trouble raising Boer goats out here. They're not a beginner breed, and it's funny because we bought them as beginners. But in my opinion, they're not a breed for beginners. I think a lot of it comes down to just being where we have purebred stock. Anybody that's messed with any type of purebred stock probably know what I'm talking about. They're hard to raise, they're hard to breed, and usually they tend to be a little more prone to sickness and undesirable traits for a homestead animal, which I got into goats because that's what I like. I've always wanted them, and my sweet husband bought me our first 2 goats for my birthday back in 2018 or 19, and so they were Boer goats, and so that's what we're with. Throughout the years, we've had quite a few miscarriages and sickness on the farm, and have lost a few goats, and this year is no different. If you've been following and have watched any of the videos, any of the goat videos here recently, back in June, we got our baby buck from Miss Nala, but that is the only living baby that we had this year. Unfortunately, we lost 4 babies, 2 of which 3 of which were premature, and 1, unfortunately, we missed the birth. I believe that he would have made it, but we missed it, and I'm thinking that he just didn't get cleaned out quick enough, and I was about an hour late to his birth, and so unfortunately we lost him. And so as far as livestock goes, the chickens have done wonderful. On top of that, the rabbits have done wonderful. We had 2 litters out of our Miss Clover, and both litters of which I sold every single one of them besides the ones that I decided to keep back. And so that was wonderful. And so we're persevering and pushing through the losses, but we've had more gains than losses, and so it's part of it. It's part of farming. And so y'all let me know, leave a comment down below if your livestock did well or not so well this year. We're going to go ahead and feed the goats. Y'all fell down. Where'd you go? Alrighty guys, I got everything fed out there. I've got my water here. You can't see it, but it's in there. I got my water there, and I'm going to grab my baby chick feed. And we're going to go in here and feed the 4 baby Australorp chicks. But I say that as I question whether one of them is an Australorp or not. I bought them from a pet store. And they were on sale, and so if that tells you anything, but I seen them, and I was with Lakin and my husband's dad's wife, and they talked me into getting them. But I got to looking, and one of them is not like the others. It's got more white on its face. Not only does it have more white on its face, but it's a completely different leg color. And so it makes me think that it's probably not what they said it was. It's alright. It's okay. It's fine. As long as it's a hen and it can lay eggs, I don't really care. Speaking of that, here's our eggs. I'm only getting, for the last 2 days, for whatever reason, I've only got 2 eggs. But our carton just keeps getting more colorful and colorful. We now have blue egg layers, olive egg layers. We've got our tan eggs. We've got our copper eggs. And so, mostly olive eggs in here right now. So, anywho, for whatever reason, they're not laying as well over the last couple days. Usually, I've been getting about 4, but we are in molting season, and so you can't expect much out of them while they're molting. But anywho, I'm off subject. Let's go feed the baby chicks. Alright guys, it's going to get bright. We're going out into the sun here. There we go. We've got Mr. Wilbur out here. I don't know if you can see him. I'm probably in the way. There he is. He's sitting in the shade. He's waiting for his turn to be fed. Now we went from the light to the dark. We're coming in here to the garage and the brooder. Like I said on a previous video, we do quarantine our birds, and so these birds will be quarantined. We've done run some coccidiosis prevention through them. That way we make sure they're good to go. So far, though, they look great. Their feces look fine. None of them look droopy or anything like that. I did give them some red cells their first day here as well. That way that they could get a good boost of vitamins along, like I said, with the coccidius prevention. And so we're gonna give them some fresh water here. My water broke. Supposed to have the thing on top. But Andy accidentally, after all the birds were done in the brooder, because we've hatched off birds this year, after all the birds were done in the brooder, unfortunately, he forgot and left water in the water, and so it rusted, and so that come off the other day. He doesn't know yet, so don't tell him, but it still works. It just needs the welding broke off of it. Guys, and that's deep. It doesn't look like it, but it's pretty deep, and it's hard I gotta stick my feet up to get it. I'm going to go ahead and rinse this off, and then we'll be right back, and I'll show you the babies. I'll show you. This is where this was supposed to go. It was welded together like that. I believe these are probably an old style of water. I mean, it's a mason jar. So I'm going to guess it's probably old style water. I do have some water in here left over, but I went ahead and brought, oh, sorry guys, I'm off camera. I went ahead and brought this as well. All right. Now how I've been doing it is just putting the lid on it. It all comes rushing out because there's nothing to stop it now. And so this is supposed to go like this. And so I've just been trying to center it and flip it without pouring too much water out. I made a mess right there. And now I gotta bend down and put it in. Which, believe it or not, is the hardest part. Okay. Now I got their feed. It's only 4 chicks, so it doesn't take much feed to feed them. And I've got it, and we'll pour it in. Here. Y'all might be able to see myself down. I don't know. Let me move you. Let me see. There's their little pan I've been putting it in. It's got some rocks in it. I don't know if you can see them or not. Let me see if I can click it. It's got some rocks in it. That way they can't, move it as much. When they get a little bit bigger, though, I'd say go have it everywhere. They're still a little skittish. Hopefully, once I get them out of here, I'm wanting to handle them a little bit more than they have been. But hopefully, once I get them out of here, let me touch you back up. Once I get them out of here, I can handle them. I like my birds to be semi-friendly. Only problem is usually if you buy them like this, where I've put them in the deep brooder, I can't handle them as much because I can't reach them without hopping in and getting them out. And usually if they're born, if their mama takes care of them, they're not as gentle. Now with Miss Polly's babies, I can handle hers a lot more because she's more gentle, but Miss Ginger, who hatched off the last batch, she is not gentle. She would flog you if you tried to get her babies. And so I didn't get to handle them as much. I'm going to move away from their feeder here because they're pacing around to get to their feeder and water. And I'll show you the babies. That one there with the white face is the one that I don't think is an Australorp. It looks completely different than the other birds that it's in there with. What do y'all think? All the rest of them have gray legs, and I think it has like white legs or yellow legs. This is the one on this far end right here. Let me see that one right there. It's okay. We won't make him think he's any different. We'll treat him just like the rest. All right, guys. I told you that it would be a short video, and I don't want to be too yucky. But the last thing I wanted to talk about, and that I'm genuinely interested in, is I want to know how y'all's gardens did. If you had a garden this year, how well did y'all's gardens do? To be honest, without trying to brag, the Lord blessed our garden this year. I really don't want to sound braggy. Because I know some people had a hard year with their gardens. There was a few things in the garden that didn't do very well. One of them being the corn, and that was a problem on our end. We did get some corn out of it, but we made mistakes, and now we just got to try to learn from the mistakes. Another thing is the green beans. The green beans here at the farm just didn't do very good, and the green beans at our house, at our personal garden, I let go too far, and they got tough. I'm hoping to get another batch out of them, and hopefully we can get them caught up before they're tender, or before they get tough, when they're more tender. Also, the raised beds were kind of a flop this year. The soil was bought for them, and it was just a little too sandy soil. So we did have a wonderful year, though. Thank the Lord for everything we got. We got plenty of cucumbers. We got plenty of tomatoes. The tomatoes did wonderfully. We were extremely blessed with the tomatoes. But I want to know how your all's garden did. Leave a comment down below and let me know, because I really want to know. And leave your location, because I'd like to see just how everything worked out, you know, in the surrounding areas. We are, I think, Zone 6, if I'm not mistaken, in Kentucky. And so, and we live in Kentucky. And so, that is how our garden did. But y'all, I guess I'm going to say goodbye here. I appreciate you all hanging out with us and hanging out with me today. I'm glad I got to take you along on some of the chores. Still got to finish up some, but my lovely, beautiful, wonderful husband went ahead and filled my waters up for me, so I'm thankful for that. But I've still got my rabbits to do, and I've still got to put some hay out for the goats. So, but I'm going to get that done. But I appreciate you all watching. I appreciate you all hanging out. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.